Alrighty, we're gonna do a legendary guide for the Mortal Empires version of Malus Darkblade's campaign. I did a guide on the Vortex campaign. Obviously, now that the turn times have gotten faster on Mortal Empires, a lot more people are playing the Mortal Empires campaign. So, and I've gotten multiple requests to do the Mortal Empires guide. So, we will start off. Since the lizard men are a much different foe than the high elves in the Vortex campaign, the start's going to be much different. Plus, we're in a little bit of a different area. So, first couple turns. So we'll start over here by Malus, and then we'll go to Haggrave afterwards. This guy here, the Master, Maliner, he is in the way of Malus's army. So if you... We're going to have Malus's interactions with the demon over talking. So, if you put him in March, obviously he's not going to be able to get there in one turn. You have to bring the Master this way first. Now, I know you might be thinking, why don't you auto-resolve this battle, or fight these guys first? You can, but it's such a hard battle. It's 15 against what would be 13. Because you would use the Black Arc. That's a tough battle, especially this map is so small, the one that you fight on. So there's no time for you to skirmish with the Medusa or the Scourge Runner. So, and the Source Warriors, they're just going to crump your front line. So I'll show you what I like to do. There's this is where the campaign will kind of split off. But if you want to keep loading up and getting the same outcome, I mean, that's not a problem. It's only turn 2 where it would differ. We are going to bring this guy over here. I want to be aiming to own the whole province by turn 6. And I'll show you how to do that. I like building the slave hold. You get some extra income from sacking all 3 of these settlements. So that's really all you could do over here. We will get over to Nagaroth, where we've got the settlement of Havgrave and our friend Pardak over here. I like going over towards these ruins. So you've got 5 ruins in all, depending on how well Malekith takes care of his business. We'll search the Temple of Cain first, force march to Kargoth Deep in 2 turns, and then you're going to go over to the Red Desert. You're not going to search this right away. You're going to go to the Red Desert first, because then you've got Kotep going over here. If you wait too long, he'll take this settlement and you won't be able to search it.
Shut up, demon!
I like recruiting the Shades, just 1 unit of Shades. I'll tell you why. After we take the settlement over here, there's nothing else to do over there. We're going to make this province an economic powerhouse. So basically, we're only going to make economic buildings and some minor defensive buildings. It's very isolated over here. The only way onto this little island from land is here. You got to worry about Snitch, but he doesn't seem to bother you, honestly. It doesn't seem to be a problem in the campaign unless you provoke him. It's not like anyone over here is going to come and bother you. You're pretty far out. Plus, Halita's going to be dealing with Krokar and vice versa. So I like making this an economic powerhouse. You're going to probably disband all these units after you take it. Keep the Scourge Runner and the Medusa. Maybe even get rid of the Scourge Runner, because you're going to be in settlement walls. So the Medusa will be good to defend walls and stuff like that. The Cold One Knight's also a good candidate to get rid of. You guys might be saying, well, why are you going to get rid of your army and the special units? Well, legendary campaigns, the upkeep is drastically increased. But the meta since this patch and the patch before, we see the Order factions, which are the good factions. So Bretonia, Empire, Dwarves, let's see what else. Lothern, the High Elves, they all become gigantic powerhouses. So I know in a couple of my campaigns, I've got the Empire who has like 55 settlements. And it's like, how are you going to deal with that? And you don't, eventually, all their enemies get destroyed, which leaves you. So you're going to be going to war against someone who has 55 settlements, the Empire, plus the dwarves. The dwarves are going to take everything north of you. That's how it is. So what I like to do is I like to just keep isolated over here, stay away from all that, all those problems. Bring Malus back and help him. Help Malekith over in Nagaroth. Help him defend against Lothern, Tretch, all the problems over there. Malekith is your #1 ally. You have to basically help him. You are the general of his armies, like in the lore. So get back there, help him succeed, take Nagaroth and all the surrounding provinces. And you'll always have someone that will help you. Plus, your military alliance with him will prevent a lot of factions declaring war on you. So, Court of Libaris, you could try to get a non-aggression. They usually reject it. Everyone else, all these small units, Jesus, what the hell? All these small factions are not worth making non-aggression pacts with, because if they declare war on Nagaron and you join the war with Nagaron, then your reliability level is going to just plummet. We do not want that. So don't worry about diplomacy right yet, not until a couple turns. Technology. So we want to get to the Revel and Suffering. I went over this in the other video. It's just the #1 technology you want to research. You get that plus 15th growth, and it's very important for this settlement and Haggrafe as well. Another thing to realize, this master, you want to get the stimulate growth and training. Growth, and then eventually this. Sycophantic Schemer. Just helps with the slave decline rate and the public order. He's going to be basically the facilitator of this province once we take it. And this campaign is going to be different in the mechanics of the potions, the elixirs, to take care of Zarkan. So in order to get the free elixir, you have to own 10 provinces. So that's probably around 100 settlements. No, what am I saying? 4 settlements times 10, that's probably like 40 settlements, which is, it's a lot, honestly, it's a lot. So you have to take into consideration, you're going to have a lot of your gold go towards the elixirs for probably the first 100 turns. Probably more than that. So we get a loyalty dilemma. We don't need this. I'll go with the rank gained. That's very important.
I will not succumb.
So this is where the campaign's going to kind of split off. You could try to damage the walls. If he successfully does it, then you want to take that settlement. If not, you could still do the battle. It's just going to be a little bit harder because you don't have any walls, holes in the walls to get through. But I'll show you how to do it either way.
Blood for Cain's cup. Spare none.
The reason I didn't want to take that first army off, you could do it. You could auto-resolve it in that first settlement. But the thing is, if you take care of that army and you want to come over here to this settlement where we are now, he's going to start making another stack here. So it's going to be even harder to take this settlement. And it's hard already. So attacking where the enemy isn't is usually a good idea in any Total War game, obviously. So we're going to hide all our units in these trees. The only unit that can't hide is the Bloodrack Medusa, which we're going to bring over here. we're gonna have him or her mess with these guys. Same thing with the archers. And the reason we hide everyone in the woods is because then if we do that, they're not gonna put people on the walls right away. They're gonna be, they don't know we're here, so they're gonna be usually just hanging out on their settlement doing their own thing. They're not really prepared for a siege. They notice someone blew up their walls, and that's about it. So we'll wait until everyone will fast forward, because I want to try to keep this video in a decent length. So she's gonna snipe at these guys while our archers get into firing range here. Another thing, so the Black Arc, you get the supporting spells, good for taking out the skinks. The skinks are very susceptible to these things. Don't go for that skink because he'll dodge all the plans you have, all the spells you cast. He kind of just gets out of the way. But we'll start bringing Malus over here. So we've got those units. Malus is going to be basically your tank for the day. With the Zarkan ability, it's very important. Is there anyone over there? No. So with the Scourge Runner Chariot, you kind of want to get in the walls and skirmish these guys out of the... No, go this way. Pew, 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 pew. Now, why aren't these guys chasing us, you might ask? I don't know why. What the fuck? What the hell is that? Don't run into the enemy. Yeah, turn on skirmish mode. Oh yeah, let's go run towards these guys. You morons. Okay, skirmish mode is on. Alright, so the Medusa is used all of her ammo. Malus will definitely... Okay, these guys are driving me up a wall. They used all their ammo, so they're useless. Malus will definitely get into this battle now. We could use the Medusa if we wanted to, but it's a risky business because we don't want to have her get too beat up. You could even do this battle even more flawlessly. But like I said, I want to keep it at a decent time. So if you don't damage the walls, you just bring your archers over here. You'll have the Medusa go through the gate and break down the gate. And that's how you'll be able to do your damage. But if not, I mean, you're most likely going to break the wall. You're going to bring your Scourge Runner in here. You're going to harass these guys. Their leadership, leadership should break. Once you get to a certain amount of casualties.
Dark shards at once.
So let's bring these guys over here. Get them on the wall so we can help them. Or they could help him. Zarkan's animations are just deadly. He's a cleaver, bro. He just takes these guys out. And then at the end of each battle, you're gonna want to... Like, as soon as you see them wavering, you're going to want to switch into Zarkan, because Zarkan will heal Malus up to full health. So as soon as you see their leadership start to go down, or if Malus obviously gets too damaged, but he should be able to do this battle fine. That's when you want to hit it, because you can't activate Zarkan once the battle is won. So you want to kind of take advantage. You got to really watch their leadership. So there we go. We just did it. End the battle right away. So 0 deaths. The towers got us. That's what got us. Stupid towers. So we got our first settlement. We could loot and occupy if we want to get the slaves, but I don't want to do that. You don't want to deal with rebellions at this settlement, honestly. So we've got this guy. We want to do the stimulate growth and growth building. So we're there. There, my friend. So we got some decent money. Turn 2. We'll go right here. We want to go right here.
Anchors away.
We kind of want to see this, where this army comes from.
Must stay in control.
Bring them here, actually.
I am consumed.
I am consumed. Yeah.
Dreadlord of Nagara.
Get 2 spearmen for him, because this is how you're going to get the province by turn 6. You're going to want to take this settlement with only the Black Ark. So now we'll go back to Pardex. Since he got that extra experience, we'll do Route Marcher, and we'll get Iron. We'll go towards Iron Disciplinarian, because eventually I want to bring Pardex back over to the Dragon Isles, which is where Malus is now. Alright, so these, it's whatever icon is the only one. So it's going to be this pyramid. We get the War Banner. Wow, what a great item. The War Banner. What can you put the War Banner on? Honestly, we'll give the War Banner to our Black Ark guy, because the leadership will be good for when we fight against this settlement. Alright, let's make sure we check all our boxes. This is what I want to do for the Haggrave. You want to get rid of the Den of Outlaws after you get the first Shade unit. I know I'm talking a bit fast. Then you're going to put the growth building there. You're going to want to get a growth building, build that up, get your 4th building. And then, I don't know, does that even give you an extra slot? No, it doesn't. Yeah, what? That's weird. You're going to want to build growth building and then eventually a garrison, because we don't know who's going to... It's kind of a, like, wild card over here, because you don't know who's going to declare war on you. It's inevitable. You could go and do non-aggression pacts all you want with every one of these guys, but the problem is they don't do a non-aggression pact with Nagaron, and they'll declare war on Nagaron, and then you're dragged into it anyway. So you kind of want to avoid your reliability rating plummeting. And we're depending on the ruins to give us some money to be able to do what we're doing. So that 1,000 gold is gonna supplement the next couple turns, and then the next 1,000 gold when we search the next settlement. So as we saw here, the army's coming towards us. am consumed.
Plotting a course.
Alright. Go right there.
Tyrant of Nagara.
We'll probably end up recruiting another unit. Because this... He's going to be done building that second. So we'll do this and this. And he'll be taken by... He'll hopefully be attacked and we'll win that battle. So we search the Temple of Cain with Pardek. We're going to force march to Kargroth Deep, because then next turn you'll be able to search it. We got some money from destroying the Den of Outlaws. We'll build a growth building. Jeez. Dreadrock, we got a growth building. Hopefully we be attacked now this next turn. And then once we beat this guy, we'll get rid of Zarkan. We'll use our first elixir. And we'll be able to start getting some casualty replenishment. What else do we want to do? This turn. Alright, so this battle can be a pain. I'm hoping we get a second whisper that'll tell us to declare war on one of the Dark Elf factions. Usually it's the Forge Bound, I find it that it's the most.
Another day.
Alright, what's the map? Alright, this map is much better to fight on.
Rise up, warriors.
It's a lot bigger. So if you could hit, just move, instead of moving anywhere on the map with Malus, move into the jungle last turn, because you'll probably get into this map.
Cold-blooded killers, bleak swords. Darkblade.
Which is a good thing.
Cold ones. Moving out.
Then we want to just harass with the
Chariots.
Scourge Runner chariot.
Destroy. Onwards to murder. By your command, onward, forward, murder awaits.
So the Scourge Runner will definitely do more damage to the Cold One Riders than anything. So we gotta remember to keep them on skirmish or heavily micro them, because they could still get pretty knocked up, honestly.
Chariots, eager for battle.
So kind of keep the Medusa. It's hard to keep kiting because the Medusa is able to be seen wherever she is, which I think is kind of a bunch of crap. But so the army's going to go towards your main line anyway.
Battle ready. Great spears.
But it's better that we fight in the woods.
Bloody murder. On to slaughter. Darkblade. Forward. Advancing. Chariots. Understood. Advancing.
So we've got the Scourge Runner taking 2 of their units totally out of the game.
Dark elves. Advance, Druki. Blood will flow. Druki, forward. To destruction. Going.
I want to get back towards these guys. Now, this is going to be hard, because do you know how to manage two different things at the same time? So the Master is definitely providing a lot of physical resistance to Malus. I think 25 or 18%. Something along those lines. Let's get the Scourge Runner into some melee. The Skink Chieftain is so annoying to deal with. In any battle, it's like impossible for it to die. It finally just died there, but... Alright. This blob over here is what's giving us the problems. I'm waiting to pop Zarkan because I know you can't activate it when the battle is won, but I want to have Malus go back up to full health. Let's do that. The battle's almost won anyway. There we go. So now we want to be able to take as many out as we can within the time allotted, because Malus is going to take more damage over time. The more stuff we do now, the less we're going to have to actually fight something in the future. That'll die. But, always want to take advantage of this, especially when you're not playing as Zarkan. If you don't have the Zarkan popped, you could just chase out and do as many casualties, take as many guys as you want. Otherwise, it's just going to be more that you have to fight later on. So I think that's worth half of Malus's health in that aspect. So now we've got the main threat taken care of. I don't think, I mean, he's probably going to try to run, but I don't think we have to worry about it. Definitely go for casualty replenishment. We got a bodyguard and Cloak of Haggrave, which would be good. That's a good item to put on Malus.
Darkblade.
You want to go for Dreaded Slaver for Malus. He's going to be our #1 fighter. You could do assault units or training after that.
I will not succumb.
Such slaughter awaits.
Fire in my soul. For the hand.
So that's a much more winnable battle.
Your servant, Darkblade. What is this place? There is little left of me. Yes. Yes. Losing my grip. Fire in my soul.
Pardak. Alright. Second ruin. Ooh. What's the answer to this one? Ugh. Failed that one. I hate the dial. Could look up the answers, but I don't like doing that. The dial is really, honestly, it's just a guess. You need Photoshop for it, which is ridiculous. What else? What else do we have to do? Nothing. Equipment gained. You could do some of that. Cloak of Haggrave is there. Enemy hero action success chance, that's fine. Good. Next turn we'll take that. See, this is what I mean. Malekith can do all sorts of random shit. He can go up here, take that settlement, or he just totally goes off in a escapade to Rakdo Gorge, and he'll take that. Or he'll raise it, which is good for us, because then we could search it. We're already we lost one of the puzzles, so that kind of sucks. You could always look it up, though. Especially on Legendary. If you need the money, then go ahead. So he wasn't able to increase anything, so we could just auto-resolve that.
Bring me their treasure.
I'll occupy it.
Yes.
So then, as soon as you take the Dragon's Teeth, you're gonna keep Hagsgraith. Everyone says to get rid of it, but then you lose the trade income for the whole campaign based on how the mechanics work. Because your capital then becomes this, and then the sea is enclosed, so you can't do anything.
Things are not as they seem. Glory to Cain! Spare none.
Alright. So, we could auto-resolve it, but we'll probably lose the Master. So, I'll see you on the other side of this battle, alright? Alright, so, I won the battle. We lost the Cold One Riders, but that's fine. I was going to get rid of them anyway.
Plunder! Darkblade!
Alrighty, Armor of Darkness. That'll be good for someone else to wear.
Losing my
Dreaded Slaver. Always got to go with that. And then he should be able to get that next turn, but we'll go with Stimulate Growth. Not next turn, but next level up. We'll get rid of that. Go Growth, Growth, Growth. So we have the province. We can get rid of these 2 units. The whole province is ours. We're going to go with the growth. We'll get our rebellions here. So we're going to have to move our way back over to the Dreadrock. We're going to get a rebellion. We'll go towards that. If we've encountered a faction, the Red Cloud. Yeah, I'll leave them be. Forge Bound. I could do a non-aggression pact with them. Get some money out of it.
Indeed.
Until they get wiped out. That'll be fine. Let's march. March, 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 march. We'll give this guy the Armor of Darkness. The Beastmaster is definitely more of a support unit.
The people are displeased. We must stay in control.
And then I think at last we'll go down. We'll bring him down. We don't need him anymore. So we don't need Zarkan. We'll replace him. Because like I said, we want to... Just trying to see of who we would want. Who would we want? Fire would be good. Beasts would be good for the numbers of rats, if the rats came and got us. Or we could do Weapon Master. I'm just looking for a good trait. Or Shadows. Either one. Cunning. Cunning would shut down him. Think. Let's do... We'll do death.
Sorceress of Grant.
Black Heart.
And then we'll replace Pardak with Malus when the time comes.
Shouldn't you be licking the under?
Don't want a non-aggression with them.
In my stead.
You're gonna force march there because you want to be able to take
Green sorceress of
and
Grant.
search the Red Desert before Kotep gets there.
Sorceress.
Lord of Fear.
What do you seek?
Your plans are foolish. Black-hearted dreadlord.
We'll upgrade Dreadrock first, because we're going to want to take care of public order as soon as we can.
What is your dark purpose?
So as we're waiting for Malus to come back, basically he's taking his boat back to Nagaroth right now that he has secured the province of the Dragon Isles. Let's do some fur. We could always use some more money. Since we kept Haggrafe, we'll be able to trade. I'm hoping Malus takes out that Beastman faction.
Do not vex us further.
Chosen of Hecate.
So we don't want to
My powers are yours.
keep spending money
Black core.
to upgrade buildings, because we're not going to really have a lot of money. I waited, which is good.
Excited.
Feel my power.
Heal up, heal up.
Yes.
These damn puzzles. Really? 1 for 3. That sucks. The dial, man.
Cease your prophet.
What is your dark purpose?
Dreadlord of Nagaroth.
Keep him out. We want to have that rebellion happen sooner rather than later. Oh, so we got the happy populace.
Sorceress of the dark.
Won't be getting a rebellion anytime soon.
Black arts.
Prowl further. Beware the stampede.
Murderous lord.
Supreme
Gonna get rid of the
sorceress
Scourge Runner. We don't need it anymore.
beyond compare.
My malice. I admire your darkness.
Alright, we finally got some growth, extra growth coming in. Slave pens. I'm gonna hold off on that one growth building for now. I want to get... So this is another thing you could do. You could put the units in... Jeez. You could put her units in the Black Ark, because you'll save more money that way. And then whenever there's a rebellion coming in, you basically go back, get your items, because the Black Ark will... Oh, see, now we weren't able to search short tack mount. That sucks. I guess we're gonna have to march back, or we could give... Yeah, I think we should help Malekith. Yeah, that's the whole point. Actually, no. Well, you know what? We'll detour. We'll go back to Highgrave. We're gonna have a rebellion soon. And then we'll upgrade. We'll keep upgrading the Dragon's Teeth building too. Getting up that economic. We got to make that settlement, that province, an economic powerhouse.
I tire of this. My cruelty knows no limits. Horrid One watches me! Darkblade! Lord, six power to you!
So I want to help Malekith out.
You think you believe the true key?
Give me some money and I'll help you win this battle.
I accept. Malekith, King of Nagel.
I will help you, old friend. Really, that is the guide. We really did whatever we what we really had to do, which was make this an economic powerhouse. And is there a storm in here or what? Tempest.
Not enough warmth.
He shouldn't be able to get past me if he wants to get out. We kind of cornered him,
In my soul.
which is very good. Diplomacy, diplomacy, diplomacy. That's really it. So by turn 10, you could really have a solid start to the campaign. And honestly, that's gonna do it, guys. This was a good start. By turn 10, you got a solid army, back at home with the economic powerhouse, and then you've got Cold One Knights, you got a Shades, a good base for the making of a good army, and basically you're just gonna look at what I'm doing now. You're helping Malekith. If you weren't here, you would have lost to this. And then you're kind of he's stuck doing a back and forth between the same thing. I mean, in every campaign I do that I'm not Malus and I don't do this, these guys are still alive by turn 50, 70, and it's a pain because Malus can never get a good foothold. And then by turn 100, 150, Malekith loses Nagaron to Lothern, so he never gets his foot in the door. So hopefully this was a good help for you guys. I'm probably gonna do a Snitch Legendary guide next, and then we'll go from there. Let me know in the comments who would you like to see next in a Legendary guide, and then we'll go from there. Alright, have a good one, guys.